Is recognized for 2 minutes.
I thank the gentleman for yielding, and wanted to also say the gentleman from Maryland talked about a company, and I'm not familiar with this company, but a company that's moving out of America because of our burdensome tax code. And does that not prove the point that we need tax reform as championed by Mr. Camp, the chairman of the Ways and Means Committee? We need a tax code that is competitive. This company is probably leaving to get away from a burdensome, complicated tax system that is killing jobs. Those jobs are going overseas. They need to stay in America. Mr. Create jobs. We have to have a tax code that is clear, fair, concise, one that creates jobs. But we also need a regulatory burden that does the same thing, one that is clear, one that is concise, one that uses cost-benefit analysis. I can't understand why there are members of the House that oppose cost-benefit analysis on new regulations. It's a matter of common sense, because our regulatory burden, as much as the tax code, is driving jobs offshore. We don't need that. And one of the things that was lost in debate earlier that I find just mind-boggling is the ability to fight forest fires, of all things. As Smokey the Bear says, only you can prevent forest fires. Well, I guess towards this administration, he's saying only you can promote forest fires through your ridiculous regulatory climate. And then let me say this, to create jobs in America, we need to have competitive energy. We need to use American energy resources. And as somebody who represents 4 military installations, I know well that it's not a matter of cheap and abundant energy for manufacturing and traveling and transportation purposes. It's also a matter of national security, because when we depend so heavily on Middle East oil and oil from unstable anti-American countries, what we are in fact doing is funding both sides in the war on terrorism. We need to develop American energy, and that's what this bill does. It's common sense tax reform, common sense regulatory reform, and common sense energy reform. I am appalled that the United States Senate has not had time to take up one of these bills. And as Mr. Camp just outlined, as a matter of public record, the number of Democrats who have supported these legislation, we need to get the Senate moving.